taking over. Let's go. It's Ferrall. Coast to coast. Steaks, chicks, stacks. You and I are going to make a lot of money. It's Ferrall, coast to coast.
So Carver High didn't take long for Skinny Boy Sticks to get injured in the NBA playing in these stupid pro-ams, and now he's got foot problems, and I wonder how long that'll linger in his life and career. They're saying torn ligaments. He's going to have an MRI. It's definitely an issue. Sounds to me like his foot's broken. Next thing you'll hear, it's a Liz Frank, or, he's out for months. And we've always said, like, there's no denying that the kid can play. He's got game. He can shoot from outside. He can block shots. He can finish. But, I mean, he's a $150 soaking wet. And I just do not believe in guys that are that skinny and that frail looking. I don't care who they are when it comes to banging and the physicality of the NBA. He's already injured. They haven't even played a game yet. They haven't even gone to camp.
Look, you said this a couple of weeks ago. Why are these guys playing in these dopey pro-ams in the middle of the summer? Like,
Makes no sense.
I can't figure it out. And the kid played really well in Vegas. Everybody was high on him. And look, I guess it could have happened to any of the guys that were. He wasn't the only one there. There was plenty of pros up at that pro-am event. So including Durant. Wasn't Durant up there
floor.
As well? With the slippery floor. So, look, it could have happened to anybody. It's unfortunate. I guess we're never going to learn lessons. I mean, that's what it comes down to. For Chet Holmgren, you're right. We always thought he was going to eventually down the line have some problems anyway because he's got that big frame. Not a good start to his NBA career, that's for sure.
If I'm a GM or an owner, I'm flat out like, let's say hypothetically you're Mark Cuban. I'm just not, I know that his star, Luka, plays wherever he wants all over the globe. He's playing an international ball and everything else. That's, different to me than playing pro-ams. If I own the team, you're not playing pro-ams in the summer as long as I'm paying you $40 million. And, I mean, they got a lot of guys. I mean, Kyrie, Durant, they all played in it. And, so did Banchero, Holmgren. I mean, it just goes on and on. DeJounte Murray. I mean, it goes on and on and on, guys doing it. And then eventually, it's no different, Mike, than preseason football. You let your star players go out and play in these hack games. Look, I've always said this. Like, when I play ball and I'm playing in an open run somewhere in the city or wherever, and there's hacks, like, all it takes is one or two hacks to throw the whole game into a tailspin. It's always the hack that can't play, like the guy that never plays, the guy that's out of shape, the guy that's willing to dive on the floor at your ankles to get a loose ball because it's this one day at the gym where he's going to get soaking wet and go all in. And it's always hacks that get you injured. Playing in them pro-ams is hack ball, if you ask me. And these guys want to take on these pros. You see these pros banging with DeRozan, and I'm going to bang with you. You're not doing it to me. And then you get injured. If I own a team, I'm not letting guys play preseason football. I'm not letting them play in pro-ams and basketball. You get what you asked for. You let them play. Now you got a guy with a broken foot. Enjoy it.
You certainly do. Just unfortunate for him. Just unlucky. Wizards and Capitals owner Ted Leonsis, Scotty, could also buy the Washington Nationals from the Lerners. So Leonsis, who of course already has some sports teams in the D.C. area, looking to get involved with baseball now next, potentially. We welcome in all of our radio affiliates for El Coast to Coast on a Wednesday, Sirius XM 159, Sports Map, Sports Byline. Good to have everybody with us here today. Ken Griffey Jr. will be the hitting coach for the World Baseball Classic, Team USA. Dandy Andy Pettit will be the pitching coach for Team USA, Scotty. So there you go. Wow. Lots of firepower in the dugout to help Mark DeRosa, who I believe is the manager of that team. Major League Baseball released next year's schedule today. In one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen, all teams will now play each other throughout the entire season in what is a now more balanced schedule. So Interleague's been around since what, like 2007? You always played like one division on the other side. Now you're playing everybody going forward, Scotty. So the Yankees will play one series against every team in the National League next year. Less games against their division. So no more 18, 19 games with the Red Sox, Orioles, Blue Jays, etc. Now that gets spread out with the extra national.
Why is that a problem? Like, look, I don't really want to watch
I don't like it.
The Yankees play even the Rays 18 times, to be honest with you. I like when they played the Pirates this summer, it was great for me. I loved it. I want to watch every team in the league. That's what the NHL does. Why not?
Yeah.
The NBA does it. I want to play every team so I, as a fan, can go watch the Yankees once, or I can go watch the Dodgers or the Braves or the Cubs or whoever. I think it's cool. I don't have a problem. 18 games against your division opponents is ridiculous. I don't care what anybody says. I don't need to see anybody 18 times. Like, after 18 times, she just doesn't look as good, does she?
I preferred it when hockey. I didn't like when they changed it. I like the divisional games. I think it's important. I understand everybody wants to see everybody. I prefer the divisional play. I don't care the Yankees playing the Reds every year. I'd rather play more games with the Red Sox than the Rays.
3 games? That bothers you?
That's just me. It's just me. It's just me.
Have a sandwich.
Sports Grid, your 24/7 sports wagering network.
They play less games.
The early line.
Take a look at the top 4 seeds here in the Big Ten. They're going to play less.
Rodgers
games.
and
the morning
Russell
after.
Wilson. We saw movement in the marketplace like
Orlando
Fantasy
Magic.
sports
the Cleveland
today.
Cavaliers are a little thin as well.
Newswire.
Minus 160 favorite on the money line today for Arizona.
Ferrall coast to
PGA,
coast.
that's where they win cups. They win Stanley Cups over there. Give me the
Game
Penguins.
time
kind of
decisions.
bizarre when you consider everybody is out for the Warriors.
In-game live
I
all
like
access.
Vandy. I like Vandy against Bama. I think Vandy can win the game, take it 4.5.
In-game live. Prime time.
The PGA champion.
In-game live. Overtime.
done before the final bet.
Get the winning edge. Only on Sports Grid. The morning after.
Baker Mayfield, the starting quarterback for the Carolina Panthers. Now, Kev, we know that week 1 opener for the Panthers is against Baker's former team. What do you make of the storylines for Baker Mayfield entering that week 1 opener as the starter in Carolina?
You know, Baker is such a storyline guy, right? Such a narrative guy. It couldn't have been anybody other.
The Sports Grid Network. The early line.
This non-story is officially over. Tom Brady went away. Why? Because he can. He's Tom Brady. His wife very publicly has wanted him to retire. He did, and then he unretired. So in a meaningless week of practice, he went out and was able to spend some time with his family. Make sure that everything is good. It was reported to be a work-life balance. It was reported that the Bucs knew it was coming.
Only on Sports Grid.
Sports Professor Rick Horrow inside the $1.3 trillion business of sports with your daily numbers game. All the hoopla and conversation about Kansas. When does betting really start? What is the regulation going to be? What about the casinos? Well, certain casinos head start September 1, says the governor. The lion's share of the betting under other existing casinos, September 8. What a surprise. The kickoff of the NFL season that same night. Indian gaming casino operations will have a chance to align with Kansas as well to maximize the revenue sooner than later. Got 3 weeks, they'll get it done. And the bottom line for Kansas, as well as Missouri, the first bet that could be placed legally on the Chiefs, September 11 game, legally in Kansas. They waited, but not too late. Sports Professor Rick Horrow, Daily Numbers Game.
I can't keep track of all the, hundreds of bets we got going. It's almost like your golf affliction where we have so many prop bets going on baseball tonight. I can't even fathom I got to go give you money line winners now. I mean, I can't keep track of all this action we got going. And then the salt plays. Those are iron horse salt plays. Carver High likes to call them where he'll sprinkle a little salt on like an arenado. Like he'll just sprinkle a little salt on that dinner. A lot of my kids, they pour the salt on. Granny pours the salt on. I stay away from that salt. But when it comes to betting, when Carver High brings out that sea salt, that's when I know it's time to go to the window.
Yeah, there's usually a couple of ads on the Iron Horse on the way home right before first pitch for some of these games. There's usually a couple
and a Bud
of
Light
ads in there. I wish, that's for sure. Let's start tonight. We've got some games in Baltimore. The White Sox and the Orioles again tonight. We've got Giolito on the mound against Watkins. Right now, Scotty, the Sox, once again, the road favorites, minus 120 for Chicago tonight, plus 100 for the O's, 8.5 the total.
So I'm on the Orioles on this bet, and I'm taking Watkins over Giolito. Giolito, you talk about earlier in the show, the amount of pitches he gets raked. He's given up 5.5 runs a game. I won't deny he's put the work in and the innings. That's what he is. But I actually like Watkins. He's got a winning record, a 4 ERA, and I just think the White Sox suck and the Orioles don't. I'm on the O's and I'm on the over.
Next, we go to Philadelphia Reds and the Phillies again tonight. Zuch goes for the Reds. He's only got 8 innings pitched. He's given up 4 homers. Sanchez for the Phillies. Phillies minus 250, 9.5 the hefty total tonight at Citizens Bank.
I mean, you might as well, forget about it. I mean, this is Phillies every night. This is easy pickings. Your boy Zuch, his ERA is gigantic, but it doesn't matter because he's never pitched. So I think he's going to have a tremendous problem with that lineup of the Phillies that every night now is just pounding the ball, scoring runs. I like the Phillies, Sanchez, and the over.
Rays have Dirty Harry McClanahan down at the Trop tonight against the Angels. Myers is going for them. The Rays minus 275, plus 225 for Anaheim. Total of flat 7 at the Trop.
Well, I'm all over the Rays. They're a top 6 play for me tonight. Dirty Harry will get it done. I think it's pretty obvious. Mayer's ERA, he's given up 5 runs a game. Again, the Rays are winning every night. They're scoring a lot, hitting a lot of home runs. I say they do it again tonight and over the rainbow.
Berrios and Bello at Fenway tonight for Toronto and the Sox. Jays right now, the road favorite, minus 155. Another hefty total, 9.5 tonight at Fenway.
Well, I'm on the Jays again. And I think, what's weird is, both of these guys, the Bello twins, he given up 9 runs a game, but again, hasn't pitched. He's had a bad outing, so they've racked him. And then Berrios is obviously giving up runs a game. He given up 5 or 6 runs a game himself, but he wins. So they score runs when he pitches is what that story is. Give me the Jays and the over again in the sandbox.
The Cubs and the Cardinals get together again tonight at Wrigley, Scotty. Mikolas is on the mound for St. Louis. Luke, don't call me Farrell goes for the Cubbies tonight at Wrigley. Minus 200 for the Redbirds, 8.5 the total.
If I get roasted on a Farrell upset of the Cardinals tonight at Wrigley, I'll never live it down. But there's no way I'm not betting on the Cardinals in first place, doing their work, and your boy Throat Lozenger gets it done. and I'm going to take a shot with the I don't know what the wind's blowing as. So, I'm going to take a shot with the under.
Arizona and Kansas City again tonight at the K. Zach Gallen's going for the Diamondbacks tonight. Singer for the Royals. D-backs the road favorite, minus 130. 7.5 the total.
Yeah, I can't get off of Gallen's 9-2 and a 2.7 ERA. Singer's the guy that, stopped the Dodgers winning streak, and I think he's the Royals' best pitcher, but I still think Zach Gallen is better, and I took the D-backs on the streets tonight and the under.
The Brewers and the Dodgers in Los Angeles tonight, Scotty. Hauser and Heaney, the starting pitchers. Dodgers minus 250, plus 200 for the Brew Crew. 8.5 the total in this one.
Yeah, I'm on the Dodgers again because they're at the Ravine, and I'm not buying Heaney's ERA at all, but I am buying Hauser's. He'll give up 5 runs. I think this game goes over, and give me LA.
And finally, down at Minute Maid tonight, Twins and the Astros again. Framber Valdez against Dylan Bundy. Minus 225 for the Stros. Flat 8, the total in this one.
I like Valdez, the Stros, and the under here tonight in H-Town.
There you go. That is tonight in Major League Baseball, Scotty. Plenty of tickets to be had between that and all of the props. Of course, that we gave you earlier on in the show. We've got several NFL items to get to here before you get to Dubs later to finish out the hour here. Let's go to Vegas first, Scotty, where, of course, after the Dana White stuff over the weekend, everybody had to run to Derek Carr yesterday and, of course, go and ask him about that. And Carr, as always, Scotty, very easygoing. Doesn't want to hear anything about it. He's learned how to deal with outside noise. Here's Derek Carr.
There was a story that came out on Saturday, Tom Brady, Dana White.
Yep.
First of all, any thoughts on that? And then also, are you kind of immune to all the nonsense?
By now. Yeah. I would hope so. I mean, it is what it is. For me, I didn't even hear about it. We actually had within the building, someone lost a family member. So I was so immersed in that and just talking to that person and that kind of stuff that it really was. It was a moment to really put things in perspective. It really doesn't matter. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, anything I say will just be blasted out there. So I'm just going to completely remove myself and just keep trying to play football. It's been nice just answering football questions, and hopefully no more drama in the city. That's what I hope.
I mean, it really is annoying, isn't it, after a while, having to put up with the constant. Every time Tom Brady burps, they make it an international incident. and I wanted this guy to be dead for years now, and I am so sick and tired of it. And I got to tell you, I hope he gets injured this year so I don't have to listen to it. I hope someone knocks his head off. I'm sick and tired of watching Tom Brady play. I don't care what anybody thinks of me either. He retires, comes back a week later. He just is annoying at this point. Goes on vacations like Kyrie Irving to the Bahamas with his family. I mean, honest to Christ, go away already. Honestly, it's the never-ending story. And now he's going to play for the Reds. How pathetic is this story? How pathetic is this story that they have drummed up that he should have been playing for the Raiders in 2020 in the COVID year? And then how pathetic is it that he was going to own the Dolphins and play for them and own a piece of the franchise? What's it going to be tomorrow? Is it going to be a ballerina? I can't keep track of all the bullshit stories about Tom Brady. Go away. I always hear, I need to spend more time with my family. Do I not prove my case every time I make fun of this with pro athletes? There is no one in professional sports that gives a rat's ass about their family when they're making that kind of money. All he does is work. He never spends any time with his family. If you're in professional sports, there's no such thing as having a family. Get ready. That's what it's really about, honestly. If you want to retire, then go spend time with your family and be a daddy. Whatever.
heart's racing. The clock's running out. It all comes down to this. We're talking pregame. Pregame. Get locked in with Game Time Decisions. Your hosts, Gabe Morency and Cam Stewart, will get you ready for game time. Everything you need to know before a game goes off the board, with the bet slips to back it up. Make your best bet with live odds updates, late breaking news, up-to-the-minute injury reports, and real-time analytics from inside the sportsbooks. All the odds, all the action, from sports wagering insiders and industry pros like Donnie Rightside, Cam Lou, Cousin Sal, the Pro Football Doc, Dr. David Chow, and more. Get the winning edge every weekday afternoon from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern, 3 to 4 Pacific. It's Game Time Decisions. Only on Sports Grid.
You might be the next daily fantasy millionaire. No matter what you watch or where you play, learn from the world's best DFS players. Lineup building tools, expert projections, and advanced stats change the way you play the game. Dominate the competition. DailyRoto.com, the player's choice.
The morning after.
What was your reaction to the Yankees taking Game 1 of the Subway Series last night, even up against Max Scherzer?
Let's work backwards. Started with Jonathan Loaisiga. They need to kind of piece together the closer situation. That was the thing that struck me. Of course, we can talk about Aaron Judge and, homer number 47 and all that cool stuff, but I want to talk about the setup guy that was having a down year that might turn into the closer down the stretch, because that's what, baseball is, right? It's all about the boring stuff.
The Sports Grid Network. Fantasy Sports Today.
Michael Pittman did put together somewhat of an impressive season. He ended up being wide receiver 13 in fantasy. I guess what owners are hoping for based on his positional rank going into this year is that he just is a little bit more consistent, and honestly where he's being drafted, giving you about 15 to 20% more numbers, about 1,200 yards, 8 to 10 touchdowns.
The Sports Grid Network. The early line.
They sent out a Jordan Montgomery, who evidently is the best pitcher in baseball. I know it's the Cubs. I don't care. A complete game one-hitter.
And how about this, too? On the road in Chicago at Wrigley against one of your hated rivals here. Now, we know the Chicago Cubs aren't having a great season by any stretch at 52-69, but isn't these are the type of wins that you need?
Only on Sports Grid.
If you don't have the BetMGM app, then you don't have the luxury of being able to bet $10 on any major league game and getting $200 from the hizzy if either team hits a home run. So bet $10, win $200 if either team hits a homer. All you have to do is put in the bonus code MLBHR2022 and you're Gandhi. The BetMGM app is what's up, folks. You got to have it on your phone. What are you waiting for? It's easy money. It's a beautiful thing, Carver High.
It certainly is. Go out and get it done tonight. Plenty of games where the taters will fly that you can use that. Go get it done. More NFL for you here. I'll finish up the Raiders with this. You sent me that clip of Davante Adams. I mean, the dude locks up like he's Terminator at the line to dominate the DBs. I mean, that guy is a freak, Scotty, and he is going to have a huge year in Vegas. I'm on all the Davante Adams props. Give me all of them before the season starts. I'll take them. Touchdowns, yards,
not only that,
whatever you want to give me. Let's go.
I respect that, and he's playing with his lover. That's his boy. He played with in college at Fresno in Carr. They've had magic, before they were so magical. They both got into the NFL because of it. I think they're going to light it up again. I loved hearing him talk about having 3 to 6 moves for every single corner in the league. He says, it doesn't matter how you want to play me, whatever way you want to do it. up close, 5 yards back. I've got 3 plays that instant to do you. You want to give me inside? I'll take inside. I'll sleep with your mother. I mean, the guy literally has a plan every time he walks up to that line to torch whoever's guarding him. He is a dangerous receiver. That's why he put up those big numbers in Green Bay. And remember, everyone gives all the credit, all of it, to Aaron Rodgers. I mean,
all of it.
It's never Adams they talk about. It's all because of Aaron Rodgers, the greatest quarterback that ever lived with his 1 Super Bowl win. It's Adams that made him look good. I'm sorry, folks. That receiver's special, and that's why he made Rodgers look so good. I think it's the other way around.
We know that the Panthers have settled their quarterback position. They're going to go with Baker Mayfield. There are still 2 teams, Scotty, that have not settled their quarterback position with a couple of weeks to go before week number 1. First in Seattle, where their decision has been kind of pushed back a little bit because Drew Lock got the Honta and didn't get to play last week in their preseason game. Pete Carroll, Scotty, he's not in any rush whatsoever. In fact, he even dropped this nugget that he feels both guys could be number 1 quarterbacks and he might play them both. He's a liar. Here's Pete Carroll.
Stop.
Is it possible that the guy who starts the opener is not your starting quarterback for the bulk of the season?
I don't know that. Really, think about it. That's a good question. It's a good question because you're trying to figure it out, but I don't know that. I'm going to wait and see what happens, and I mean, I got today's a really big day for me, find out what they look like today. The guy's coming back from COVID. He made it back yesterday, 2 days ago, did fine. Made it through everything, all the walkthrough stuff yesterday, did fine. Let's see how he goes today, and we'll see where it fits. But I'm not closing, I'm not closing the book on anybody competing for their spots. I'm saying that we weren't afforded that opportunity this time around. I can go ahead and just call it, but I want to let the guys battle and let them show where they are and let us get as much information as possible. Gino's done a really good job of being in that position. His voice is solid. He's on point all the time. He's been very consistent with his work, all of that. And Drew has been really sharp.
Are you kidding me listening to this guy?
I know it's not supposed to be a good situation when you have 2 quarterbacks. It means you don't have one, as the old saying, But I don't know. We might have 2 ones. We'll see what happens.
I mean, that may have been the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. He has actually no quarterbacks in Seattle. I mean, are we not preparing for a disastrous season with Drew Lock and Geno Smith? Listen, Geno's cool. Everyone loves him and everything like that, and he has his moments. But overall, he is burnt toast. And I think Drew Lock has already shown his true colors. I mean, the Seattle Seahawks don't have a quarterback at all. And this guy, Carroll, has all the power in that franchise. He runs the entire team. He makes every decision. And this guy actually decided, it's all you need to know that he's finished coaching. He needs to go away and retire, because if you go into a season with those 2 hacks, you got what's coming to you served real cold, real chilly. You got to take this back and heat it up. It's not warm, because that's what they're offering their fans. Can you imagine Metcalf signed a deal to keep playing there with a guy that neither one of them can throw the football?
Yeah, I can't imagine it. And honestly, it's the worst quarterback situation in the entire league. All 32
none.
Teams, the worst quarterback situation. And honestly, in my eyes, it's unintentional tanking. Like, you can't just come out and say you're losing on purpose. It almost feels like they're going to lose on purpose because they have these 2 guys, and they want Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud next year in April. That's what it looks like to me. Unintentional tanking.
You're right.
By playing those 2 guys at quarterback.
I never thought of it that way yet, because I'm not in that pay grade. I never thought of worrying about trying to get Young or Stroud, because that's what they're doing. I think you're absolutely right.
There you go. Now, the other one, of course, Scotty, is the Steelers. And if you listen to Mike Tomlin very clearly here yesterday, it sounds like, Scotty, that if Kenny Pickett plays really well in this last game, he could be the Steelers' starting quarterback in week number 1. Let's listen to Mike.
Man, a lot of spots going to come down to this work. This work is weighted differently and appropriately so. The in-stadium work is significant, and increasingly so the more stadium exposure you get. And so make no mistake, this is a significant game for a lot of people.
How did you think Dotson played in his first preseason game?
I thought he did some good things.
Is one of those positions that comes down to this week the starting quarterback job?
Yes.
Yes. There you
I
go.
love that.
Yes.
Whatever that shirt is he had on, I got to get my hands on that. Here's what I know is that, let's face facts. At this point, Kenny Pickett has outplayed Mitchell Trubisky in those games. He has been the star of the Steelers with Pickens, the rookie from Georgia. The two biggest stories of their camp have clearly been the young quarterback from Pickett, and the receiver from Georgia. That's it. Mitch Trubisky has looked good, but he's been running for his life. And that offensive line's average, terrible, whatever you want to call it. But Pickett went out there and he's 24 years old and he's running around going whip, 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 and hitting everything. You have to understand, he's had like 55 starts in big-time college football games. This guy's not, I heard today he's 3 years older than Jalen Hurts already. This kid's an NFL quarterback meant to be. I'm not going to be really that surprised if they name him starter. I think it should be Trubisky, but I'm starting to feel like they're gonna pick Pickett.
I think that I would, and I'm with you. I would start with Trubisky and see how it goes, because you're right. That offensive line, I think you want to see if they're solid against the top competition, maybe at the beginning before you throw the kid in the deep end of the pool.
Yeah, let Trubisky get hurt.
Let him get hurt. Let's go to Kyle Shanahan now. Of course, Trey Lance is going to be the starter in the Niners. We know all about that. They still have Jimmy Garoppolo sitting there in the facilities at San Francisco, and they haven't done anything with him yet. Yes, Scotty, before I go.
I just want to say, this is actually J.J. Jastrzemski here in this video.
It does kind of look like J.J. You're right. Here's Kyle not giving away any of his plans or anything about Jimmy Garoppolo with 2 weeks until he has to get down to 53 players. Here we go.
Kyle, if you do not trade Garoppolo, there are two dates.
Yo, JJ after dark.
Would you plan to release him on August 30th, final roster cuts, or would you keep him in the initial 53 days?
I don't know what I'll do that day. Probably decide when it comes.
It's JJ.
Like last time. We should all be alive.
Have you communicated much with him? Have you watched him throw? If you have, how does he look?
I communicate with Jimmy all the time. He looks the same as he always has. He always throws it really good. So looks the exact same.
Really giving a lot of information.
See it anyway, a backup scenario if someone gets hurt. Could he be on this team?
Backup.
Any scenario is possible.
And that was riveting.
Honestly, it's just so ridiculous at this point. Like, honestly, they should just get rid of him. Honestly, it's just embarrassing.
They will. He will be released when they have to get down to 53. He will be released, and the Browns will sign him. That's
they owe him $24 million like in a day or two. That's when they're getting rid of him.
They will get rid of him at some point. Brett Favre, of course, had to chime in. He thinks they should start Jimmy G over Trey Lance. So good for Brett. Still trying to get himself.
It's not happening, Brett.
All right.
Have another
quickly,
concussion.
Let's try to get Bill in. Yesterday, Bill was very excited about Vegas. The press went too far, Scotty. You can't ask him too many fun questions. Here's Bill Belichick.
As far as Las Vegas as a whole, just embracing the NFL, embracing Vegas, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, again, that's all over my head. I'm a coach. I'm trying to coach a football team, wherever it was. New England for the last 20-some years, but before that, I'm not worried about where franchises are, or what's going on in other cities, or all the questions you asked about. Honestly, I'm just trying to, help the team, coach the team, put a good team together, do my role on the team, whatever it was. Like that those are questions for somebody that has a lot more. I would say is more in that arena than I am. Sorry.
He did smile.
I love how he smiles like he's got sun in his eyes. He's like
your boy. He's great.
You might be the next daily fantasy millionaire. No matter what you watch or where you play, learn from the world's best DFS players. Lineup building tools, expert projections, and advanced stats change the way you play the game. Dominate the competition. DailyRoto.com, the player's choice.
The morning after.
Who wins the American League Central?
I recently had a change of heart here, and it's the Cleveland Guardians. I think that the Guardians are going to win the American League Central. I think that what they do in terms of offensive depth, I know we talked about that with Houston a couple weeks ago. I think that Cleveland runs out an incredibly deep lineup. I also think that they run out a very solid front three in that rotation with Shane Bieber, Tristan McKenzie, and Cal Quantrill.
The Sports Grid Network. Fantasy Sports Today.
Now, at tight end, Mo Alley Cox, Davis, is one of those. I feel like over the course of 17 games, I'm going to be doing a show with you, or I'm going to watch a show somewhere else, and someone's going to tell him this is the week at DFS to play Mo Alley Cox.
I think the thorn in his side, though, is going to be the tight end that they drafted in the third round this year to kind of take up some of those Jack Doyle snaps, who is Jelani Woods.
The Sports Grid Network. The Early Line.
The team that's got a lot of people excited, Nebraska. The second best odds to win the Big Ten West. Donnie, last year this team won 3 football games. Only 1 win in Big Ten play.
But if you're looking like a team total guy like myself, even a win total guy, you're going to be looking at Nebraska saying something has to change, and maybe the quarterback change is what they needed.
Only on Sports Grid. Ferrall, Coast to Coast.
Do you believe he has the stones to fire both of them? His dad would have.
I don't. I think Boone is safe no matter what happens. Maybe if they don't win the East, but that's almost impossible. So I think he's safe. Cashman's contract, I believe, is up after this year. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I would think he'd be in a lot more trouble than Boone would.
The Sports Grid Network.
All right, Ferrall back on Coast to Coast. Our main man, Dubs Anderson, joins us every week, it seems like, so we can get things straight in golf and in the Premier League, which is crucial to our vitality. I have to ask you, first of all, yesterday, Carver High, as you know, has a massive gambling problem with golf. And I had him explain to me about these staggered starts and the scoring system going into posh Eastlake and the Tour Championship and all of that money that's on the table smelling green. Can you explain to bettors and fans what exactly is happening in Atlanta starting Thursday for this golf tournament, how it works? Because I don't think people understand how the setup rolls.
Yeah, it's a bit of a wacky one, Scotty, and I guess the whole reason behind it was we always got to this event, the finale for the PGA Tour, and we had, one race going on for the FedEx Cup Trophy, and then we had another one going on for the tournament, the Tour Championships. They said, no, we want to get rid of all that. We just have one winner come Sunday afternoon, so let's reward the guys up top of the FedEx Cup standing. So Scotty Scheffler is starting the tournament before he even tees off on Thursday at 10 under par. Second in the standings, Paddy Cantlay, he goes off at 8 under par. Third goes off at 7 under par, 6 under, and then we start grouping the players in 5. So some of the guys, before they even hit a golf shot on Thursday, are starting 10 shots back from Scotty Scheffler on a very tough and long Eastlake Golf Club. So this is a week we really need to favor the top of the board. Is it flawless? Is it perfect for the playoffs? No, I don't think it is, but it's probably a fair way in rewarding Scotty Scheffler. What a season he's had. But again, now it's his tournament to lose. How is he going to be the front runner? We got to expect Scotty Scheffler. He's going to be a problem. A 4-time winner on the PGA Tour this season. You give him a head start, 2 shots, 3 shots, 5 shots over some of these other guys. I really think he is going to be a tough man to chance down. We saw this format last season. Patrick Cantlay, another good front runner. He did go on with the job. The winning score probably right around 21 under par. And of course, we've only got 29 golfers in the field this week with no cut. Will Zalatoris was a late scratching. So it's a bit of a wacky one, Scott, but the idea is behind when, the punters at home are watching this tournament play out, they can look at the scoreboard and the guy up top, if he's there on top on Sunday afternoon, he is going to be your FedEx Cup champion. He's also going to be the Tour champion Sunday afternoon, taking home $18 million. Last place this week, Willie Z, because he's not, pegging one up there tomorrow, $500,000. A lot of money up for grabs. And, for some of these other guys, if they can just have a top 5 finish, they're going to be taking home $5, $6, $7 million. Does it really reward them for having a fantastic season? No, I think we probably put too much weight on these playoff events. And for me, Scotty, I harp on about the English Premier League. I think that's the best sporting competition in the world because it's first past the post with no playoffs. You really reward the best team for the longevity over the course of a season. If Scotty Scheffler wins on Sunday, very fitting because he has been the best golfer by quite a bit, I think, with the 4 wins to his name in the Masters victory.
Well, fair enough. And obviously, I got to tell you, I got a problem with guys finishing 4th, 5th, 6th, making $5, $6 million. Like, honest to Christ, in what world do you live in where you suck that bad when you finish 5th or 6th? If I came home and told my hot wife that I finished 5th or 6th in something, not only would I not get any legs, she'd probably sleep with the guy that won. I mean, honestly, I don't understand paying all these guys that much money to lose. I see getting the chip if you win and getting all the glory. Now, Cantlay did it last year. And didn't he just win the BMW? He's on fire. Why would I bet on a guy that, you keep talking about him winning 4 events, big events, but he ain't winning lately. I'm talking about, I like guys that are hot now when they got a iron in their hands. I'm not talking about guys that get all the headlines. I need the guy that's cashing checks lately. I'm on Cantlay.
Oh, there you go. What have you done for me lately, Mr. Cantlay? How can you back a guy, Scotty, who wears white suit pants on a Sunday afternoon? And look, I'm probably not his biggest supporter. He's boring on the golf course. But for a punter, for a golf bettor, Patrick Cantlay, it's an astute bet, Scotty. He is fantastic when he's on. But, I mean, he hasn't had that form all season long. He popped up at the Zurich with Xander as his partner. Xander Schauffele is actually, been shutting me up lately. He looks like he's found the killer instinct. But Patrick Cantlay, when he's on, returning to a golf course where he thrived on here last year, I can't go against you, Scotty. I don't brag about Paddy Cantlay. He's got the golf game to match. You look at all the key stats. He's inside the top 25 for all of them. One of the best putters in the business. And again, coming off a win last Sunday, defending champion at that BMW. Was at a different course last year. You got to love him for an inside lane. But I think, Scheffler missing that cut at the FedEx St. Jude, that was a bit of a break for him to sort of reassess, get that motivation. And Scotty Scheffler has looked unflappable. The bigger the test, the more he steps up to it. And I think some guys, Scotty, are not made to be the front runner. They don't want to be the guy teeing off at 10 under par. That is a lot of, expectation. But for Scotty, I think it's excitement. I think he really enjoys being the top dog of the PGA Tour. But you look at the names coming after him, Cantlay, Xander Schauffele. I think if you're looking for a bit more value, Sammy Burns is going to be right there at 5 under par. All these guys chasing, they've got to play really aggressive this week. So I think we're going to know what Sunday afternoon's going to look like by Thursday afternoon. If Scotty Scheffler posts a 1-2 over par, he's bringing a lot of these guys into the mix. Tough golf course past 70. There's not a lot of scoring opportunities. You've got to be dynamite with your iron play this week at Eastlake. Very tough golf course, especially around the greens as well.
Well, Cantlay already, broke its neck. He did it last year. He already knows the golf course. It's no different to me than the way Tiger and many others that have won at Augusta know the course, know the bounce, know the undulation, know the speed, know exactly where to hit it. Don't tell me Cantlay doesn't have that. Let me tell you another thing. And I have no bones in this, but this guy, Sam Burns, I am sick and effing tired of hearing about Sam effing Burns. Every single week on this network, someone tells me Sam Burns is going to win something. Every major I've heard, Sam Burns, from every single guy, you, Leno, all of them. Sam Burns. You know what? I need to burn a fat spleef thinking about that guy because he never wins jack shack.
It's probably Dubsy harping on about Sammy Burns, but look, I keep bringing him up because the books keep sleeping on him, Scotty. A 3-time winner. He's got the distance. He's got the short game. He toppled Scheffler earlier this season, and we're still getting him at 20-1. Teeing off just 5 shots
Fair
back.
enough.
I love his golf game. And he's on that threshold, Scotty. You know, next season, when we talk about guys who are going to make that next step, it's Sammy Burns, Cameron Young. I'd probably throw Max Homa into the mix there as well. I only keep bringing his name up because he presents a lot of good value. I don't know. The books aren't big on him, but I think he's got the distance to really charge up this leaderboard. Paddy Cantlay is dynamite if he's coming from the fairway this week and if the putter is really hot. A long golf course, if you start missing fairways, you won't be there. Paddy Ice, Paddy Terminator, I'm going to take Scotty Scheffler, the big fella, swinging for the fences.
All right, so I played that golf course too, by the way, and I was a disaster. I mean, I was all over. I was all over the place on that one. I played all those courses down there. I lived there 3 times, and I got to tell you, it did not go. I mean, I was like over $1 on that golf course, and I played courses to a 76. I've had an 80, 81, 82, but I was in the buck range on that thing. After like the 14th hole, I was looking for an escape plan. I was like, oh, my stomach. Oh, my back.
Yeah.
Tell me what happened to halitosis with this breakdown of his body all of a sudden. He's done.
Look, I'm hearing whispers, Scotty, that it was when he lifted the FedEx St. Jude trophy. I mean, he's only 140 pounds ring weight. He finally gets to lift a trophy, and he's done the back in, Scotty. We saw it last year at the Open Championship. He goes into the rough. We lost him. He never walked out of there again. So, look, I think for Willie Z, the body's probably given up. And emotionally, you know, sometimes the brain is telling the body, hey, we need a bit of a break here. We need a bit of a rest. But, I mean, it's serious stuff. If he's pulling out of the FedEx Cup playoffs when he was in such a good position to have such a big payday, he's not going to be there at the President's Cup as well. I think that's really disappointing because I would have loved to have seen Willie Z the next 4 or 5 weeks. Now that he's had that breakthrough win, is he going to go on and pick up another 2, another 3 now? He's going to have to take a bit of time off from golf, get the body right. Really disappointing stuff. But again, at least he got that breakthrough win because we couldn't have gone another season without Will Zalatoris getting a win on the PGA Tour. He's far too good. He deserved that one. So shout out to Willie Z. Get that body sorted. We'll see you next season.
So tell me about this new Tiger Rory League, which is obviously the new Live League, because it's a way for a bunch of guys to make a lot of scratch. They've developed their own tour, and you have to explain it to me, but it sounds like they're just going to make boatloads of money, and that's exactly what Liv's doing. So as they're bashing them for everything they're doing, aren't they just doing the same thing?
Yeah, and I mean, I seen the meme that Greg Norman posted today. It's like, Jay Monahan comes up, hey, Greg, can I borrow your homework? I swear I won't copy. And it's the exact same thing. And the 2 big announcements coming from the course today, Scotty, the PGA Tour have now announced 12 events with elevated status, $20 million prize purses. So suddenly we've got a lot of events on the PGA Tour that are starting to look like the Live Series. The Player Impact Program is now going to shift to rewarding the top guys in the game. So guys like Ricky Fowler are going to get a lot of starts at some big prize purses next season when really they probably are struggling to get a start there. You know, it's not the best golfers in the world. It's the guys with the bigger profile. So suddenly Liv is not looking too different. I mean, Phil Mickelson, he was the worst guy on the planet 3 months ago, and everything they've come up with is what he was trying to talk the PGA Tour in the last 3, 4, 5 years. Telling Jay Monahan, you've got to reward the guys who move the needle. They're like, no. We've got to have a shorter format schedule of events. Now what happens to the other events? What's the Barbasol Classic going to look like? What's the John Deere Classic? Why would John Rahm and the boys show up to those when they know
get rid of a
$20 million prize purse event? I mean, how are those events going to survive? And the second big news coming there was what you touched on there, Scotty. Tiger Woods and Roy McIlroy. We knew when they had this meeting last week, they're up to something. They've announced a new tech-infused golf league, stadium golf, if you will, starting in 2024. 15 events out the gates going up against Monday Night Football. Why not start with 4 or 6 or have an exhibition? Let's see if this thing actually works. Who wants to go to an arena and watch the boys have a chip off? Do a bit of mini putt, hit golf balls into a simulator? That's not for me, Scotty. I can't get beyond that. And Dubsy lives for the golf, Scotty, but too much of it is too much of it. We've got the Live Series, the Tour, and the other boys are pegging him in a simulator. Tiger Woods in the big baggy jeans. I can't do it. I can't do it, Scotty. It's too much.
Hey, what? Tell me about, how about the Gunners and Leeds giving everybody a little jolt in the EPL?
What about my boy Ted Lasso, a.k.a. Jesse Marsh and Leeds United? That is the team to watch moving forward, Scotty. I mean, we're still getting them at fantastic value. Who are they going up against? They're going up against Brighton, Hove and Albion this week. I think they're a plus 310 there. They'll probably roll them down there at the Amex. If we're talking about the best team out the gates here, Arsenal. I mean, Mikel Arteta has got that team absolutely cooking, and we saw signs of this, last season. They were pushing towards the top four, through the first 3 rounds, Scotty. That's probably been the most impressive team. And what about Manchester United? Benching your boy. I don't want to say, but yes, they benched Cristiano Ronaldo, the 6-pack. What about the abs on him? He looks like a young Scotty Ferrall. Harry Maguire, the captain, he gets benched as well. And suddenly, they looked fantastic there on Monday. These young guys, Rashford up front, they're playing with no pressure. They get the win there over Liverpool. Liverpool have probably been the biggest disappointment to start the campaign. But yes, most impressive, Leeds United, the American coach and the boys. I turn it back to last season, Scotty. They're all bagging him. An American can't come in and coach the boys. He doesn't know English style of football. He's been very impressive. With this squad that he's working with, to turn it around, start the season like this, love it.
Dubsy, you're the man, bro.
If you want to pick like a pro, you need to be in the know. The future of sports gaming is now, and we take you inside the lines, breaking down all the action and what it means for your bet slip. Turn down the game and tune into Sports Grid Radio. Other networks talk sports talk, but we walk the walk, right up to the window. Sports Grid Radio.
Listen free on the Sports Grid Radio app, iHeart or TuneIn, or catch us on SiriusXM Sports Grid Channel 159.
Maurice Allen, 2015-2016 European Long Drive Tour Champion, 2017 World Number 1. Me personally, I keep my game face on me all the time. Especially coming out of the bunker, leaving the range, or even leaving the course. What's your story?
The morning after.
Why are you buying in on Dylan's stock for 2022?
Aaron Jones has been remarkably consistent for the Packers, and I kind of see him playing almost Alvin Kamara role in the slot, sitting about wide. And I think they're going to try and save him from taking this, ground and pound, and they're going to leave that role to A.J. Dillon to have this kind of more of a balanced approach because they need a little more consistency in their passing game. I think it helps that the Packers' offensive line is right now ranked 5th.
The Sports Grid Network. The Early Line.
Football is always so much fun because you see new players literally every single year, and the anticipation is stupendous once it gets underway. And we're really close to that. A 12:30 game overseas this weekend between Northwestern and Nebraska. And yeah, you're going to settle into Connecticut playing Utah State with a 27.5-point line. Everybody gets underway. Big Ten, Pac-12. We cannot wait for this.
Only on Sports Grid. Fantasy Sports Today.
The running back that appears to make the biggest jump maybe in the last 2 months, maybe in all of fantasy, honestly, Davis, is Dameon Pierce, who played for the University of Florida. And the beef that went on at Florida, Davis, is that people wanted to see him get the ball more. He really was never a primary running back at Florida. He's sort of a throwback guy in the sense that you give him the ball, he's never going to lose yards.
The Sports Grid Network. Ferrall, coast to coast.
This is yet, I'm told, at least the fourth different offense that Mayfield has to learn as a professional in his 5 years. And from the very start, Ferrall, they kind of knew it. I'm told after 2 weeks, he was so dominant over Darnold. It wasn't bad, but the fact of the matter is his timing was good. I'm told a couple of the throws are a little bit high. They feel that the time will be better as these guys work together.
The Sports Grid Network.
All right, fast forward Ferrall and your facial to Ferrall finish. The Coyotes will play at Mullet Arena, the new name of their Arizona State University rink in Tempe. What a thrill that'll be. Everyone walking around with mullets in their 5,000-seat arena. How embarrassing is that? I don't care what anybody says. For the next 3 years, Trevor Zegras and Sarah Nurse on the cover of NHL 23. Who? Like, what is happening there? I mean, who made that decision? Fire him, her, whoever. Tyson Fury is given a deadline of a week to give him the money. Show me the money if you want me to fight Usyk. Just show me the money or shut up. The Kobe crash photo civil trial. Vanessa Bryant is asking for $75 million. A poll says the number of Americans who are suffering is at an all-time high. The world's largest indoor go-kart track is coming to New Jersey. What a thrill. It'll be like everything else in the Garden State. The drought reveals 113 million-year-old dinosaur tracks in Texas. What? What? These are giant dinosaur tracks at the bottom of the river. Iowa man accused of murdering a woman. That's not the start of it. That's just the beginning. Then he placed her head on a stick after he decapitated her. That is awesome. You talk about finishing the deal. My man went out in a park and put her head on a stick. My wife has threatened me with that. Pepper spray skyrocketing in sales amid the crime spike, especially in New York City. Texas cops seized 10 bundles of pot following a traffic stop that turned car chase. You better believe it turned a car chase. The guy had 260 pounds of chronic in the back seat. That's when you're going to do some serious time. Celebrities in California are being penalized for using too much water during the drought, including that family of chicks that everybody follows around. The Kardashians have been blamed for more water use than allowed by the state. Oh, Christ, don't blame me. I can't believe this stuff I know. GTD is next. We'll see you tomorrow. Coast to coast. Good night.